What's going on, everybody? This is me, Adam, and in person. Finally.
Look, I can touch him.
How do you do that through the screen?
I don't know, dude. Magic.
Oh, because it actually felt like you hit me.
Yeah, right?
Let me try.
Come on.
I won't do it.
But hey.
We're in person now, guys.
We're together. Look, we can even high five together now, not mess it up.
God, I told you how we're going to do it. We're going to go the same way, not the opposite way.
We did go the same way.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, let's go the opposite way.
Okay, ready?
There we go. Much better, much better.
But guys, we're here. We're finally together. We're not doing it virtually through Zoom. I don't have to do all that Zoom BS transferring and all that other stuff that I normally have to do.
Yeah.
But we're here. So what we're real quick, we're gonna do a quick housekeeping thing. We know we changed the name to the channel. Okay, there's a reason for the name for the change to the channel.
Yes.
We wanted to focus more on all sports. We want to focus on things that are going on in sports because personally, I know we've kind of talked about it.
Yeah.
We're kind of tired of a more political view of everything. We want sports. We just want sports, guys.
Just the sports and nothing but the sports. So help the sports.
Yeah. Like, we're just tired of it. And you know what? We're not going to go to any type of political aspects of it. It's just going to be us highlighting this week in sports. We normally are going to do this maybe Wednesdays, maybe Thursdays, depending on our schedule.
Yeah.
Mostly our schedule. Mm-hmm. But that's how we're going to do it from now on. But for our WWE people, we're not going away. We're still doing WWE. It's still going to be taking place on Friday nights.
Yes.
After SmackDown or just at SmackDown's ending. So don't worry. Tomorrow you're getting another video.
Yes.
Tomorrow's video will be the predictions where I take my championship belt.
No. See, the champ is going to keep his belt. The champ's not here on this show right now. The champ doesn't care about the other sports. The champ just cares about wrestling all the time. But if we do decide to do a all-sports championship belt, the champ might just want to come over and take that belt to add to his collection as well.
Oh, okay.
But for those of you
who
are huge fans of the champ, don't fret. The champ is still going to be here on this channel. He's still going to make his appearances. So, don't worry.
But that's kind of the house cleaning, guys. Just want to give you a heads up on what's going on. Like, the people who have been here with this day one, thank you very much for being here with day one. We really appreciate it. We just wanted to kind of switch some things up. Unfortunately, the world is what it is right now, and we want to put our own spin on it.
Yes.
So,
with that being said, let's get to the sports.
Let's talk sports.
Yes, let's start with football. Let's start with last week and everyone getting hurt.
Yeah,
everyone. All the big players getting hurt. You had Christian McCaffrey going out. You had
Nick Bosa,
Jimmy G, the most gorgeous man in football. You had Solomon Thomas as well. You
Saquon Barkley.
Even the 49ers running back who busted off that. I think it was like an 80-yard run to start the game. You had even the smaller injuries. Cam Akers went out with an arm injury. Tyrod Taylor went out with a chest injury. Mm-hmm. You just had, even Michael Thomas is still on a day-to-day with his ankle sprain. You have so many just injuries right now.
So many random injuries to random players, it feels like.
Yeah, but they're all a lot of the big-name players. So, I mean, those of you in fantasy football who drafted all the mediocrity, guess what? You're living large. Right here, baby.
You're glad you took Darren Waller now, didn't you?
I knew Darren Waller was a stud muffin from last season when I took him for my keeper league so I can keep him cheap.
Very true.
Anyway, if you don't have Darren Waller,
you got to put him on the fantasy team.
Yeah, get Darren Waller. Anyways, and a lot of people with the 49ers game especially is saying the quality of the turf. A lot of people are saying all these injuries are from lack of preseason games or thereof. But think about it, though. In preseason games, all the big-name players sit for the whole preseason for this exact fact.
They sit for the first 3 games.
Yeah, but then they play maybe one series in the 4th game, maybe 2.
But they still get that time in. They still get that time to play.
Yeah, but
they let the body get hit a little bit.
Yeah, but but they're all, look at all the injuries though. Ankle sprains, knees, Achilles, right? I don't think it's from a lack of preseason because you rest your starters to stop that whole risk of injury in the preseason.
True.
Personally, my personal belief is I don't think it's field quality. I don't think it's lack of preseason. I think it is the whole strictness now of hitting someone in the chest. See, because as a defender, when you go in to hit, you're already lining up your target right square in the chest. Now, as a running back or receiver would do, right as they're about to get hit, they're not just going to let their house get clean. They're going to roll down and they're going to throw one right into you as well. That's when you get those helmet-to-helmets that are incidental. Now, if someone trajects himself like a missile while another guy's in the air and cleans his house with a helmet, yeah, that's a clean helmet-to-helmet hit.
Like,
you can flag that all day long.
Kind of like Vontae Birdman did against Antonio Brown, leading with the helmet. That's not cool.
Yeah.
But we both played football. We both know, like when we were taught to tackle, we were taught to hit you right here in the middle of the sternum and then wrap you up and take you down. Well, now what they're teaching is go for the waist and the legs. Well, what's going to happen when you hit the legs and all the time they're getting beat up game after game after game? And especially the guy like Saquon. I know Saquon, it's an Achilles, right? Or was it
no, he tore ACL.
Torn ACL. Okay, the guy's getting hit in the knee 100 times a game. What's going to happen? He's going to blow something eventually.
Yeah.
So, and he runs hard. He runs downhill.
Yeah, and coming from a man who has a handful of knee injuries, the knees are a tender area, and they do get hurt a lot. The legs, even though the legs are, your quads are your biggest muscles on your body. Your calves are right there behind it as like one of the next biggest muscle groups. But
the bones are small.
The knee and the ankle joint is not that supportive.
Yeah.
And, it's really easy, especially wearing cleats. Your foot is planted. It gets hit in one direction. Your foot stays.
And then you're taped. You're taped as well. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. So, it's easy to snap an ankle, keep your foot in place, and snap a knee. So I think they need to pull the reins back on all the helmet-to-helmet calls and let defenders do. The only reason a defender is in the NFL is not because he can catch or runs, because he can run through someone like a freight train.
He is a true athlete who can run 100 miles an hour, but the thing is that he is not football savvy. He cannot catch the football. So what do you do? What do you do with guys like that? If you go back to remember the Titans, Petey dropped the football 100 out of 100 times. But what happened when he got put on defense? What happened?
He was a stud.
He's a stud.
Stud muffin.
Okay? Roger Goodell, calm down.
Yeah, hey,
NFL refs.
We know Vince gave you our lines to tap.
Yeah.
All right, Roger. So listen to me, Raj. Tone it back. Take the reins and just let him go.
Yeah. You got to be more lax about some of this stuff because it's just ridiculous.
Yes.
But we had some really great games this week, too.
Yes, we did have some great games. We had some astonishing comeback games. The Cowboys came back to beat Atlanta. I didn't see that coming after halftime.
But you know what I didn't see it coming? The Chiefs having to come back and beat the Chargers.
Yes, in overtime with a 58-yard field goal.
Good on that kicker.
Yeah, for his second, but technically he made 3 because the Chargers called a timeout right before he kicked the first one, and it was good.
Well, no, it was a penalty first. It was a 53-yarder, and then they pushed him back to a 58.
And then they called the timeout.
Then they iced him.
So he really made 3 game-winning field goals.
In one game.
In a sequence, back to back to back.
And he crushed them. None of them were a miss. None of them he shanked. I personally thought he was going to shank one of them, but he just...
But now, in regards to the Chiefs having to come back to beat the Chargers, for some reason, whenever you get in your interdivision games, everyone's play just elevates.
Yeah, very true about that.
You could be the bottom of the barrel in the NFL, but if the top team is in your division, you're going to give them a run for it. Look at Miami whenever they played the Patriots for the last, decade.
Yeah.
All right.
Very true. Or when the Jets play the Patriots.
Yeah. Or even the Bills when they were terrible. Now the Bills are stud muffins.
Muffins.
Yeah. Their defense is... their defense is the definition of the defense, and their offense is clicking on all cylinders. But
Josh Allen is the man.
Yeah, and then we had some, Tampa Bay finally got their first win under
TB12.
The TB12 era with, Mr. Roberto Gronkowski. Leonard Fournette, I think, solidified taking the starting position as running back.
Yeah, he's the better of the 2 running backs.
Yeah,
so
and they have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, who has been...
And Mike Evans finally caught a touchdown from TB12.
Yeah, so it's... I think they'll start clicking. I know all the, the sports analysts out there who, are professionals with this opinion are giving them mediocrity ratings. I think they'll finally start clicking and turning because their defense is no slouch. Their offense just needs to gel together, and Tom Brady doesn't like losing.
And Tom Brady is the hardest working guy in the football team. I'm sorry.
And he's also the funniest guy once he discovered Twitter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. His Twitter game
strong.
It's funny. Now he just needs to discover TikTok to be even better.
Him and Gronk need to do a TikTok count together.
Yes,
and I think it'd be magical.
What else we have? We had the Cardinals going 2-0, but I mean they beat the Washington football team, but they beat the 49ers the first week, which no one saw coming whatsoever.
They beat the 49ers when they were healthy.
Yes, they beat the 49ers when they were the 49ers.
Yes.
So, and you have 3 teams in the NFC West that are undefeated, one that's 1-1. You have a lot of, I think that's going to be the best division in the league this whole year.
I don't know about that one, man. I think my division is going to be just...
I'm a firm believer whoever comes out of the NFC West from the NFC side is going to make it to the Super Bowl game. But let's talk about the biggest shocker probably was Monday Night Football, and that is the Las Vegas Raiders beating the Saints in the newly built Roomba Stadium.
It's Allegiant Stadium.
Sorry.
It's the Death Star.
Allegiance Stadium.
It's the Death Star.
It does look pretty clean with all the black, I'm not going to lie. The black seats, the black outside, it looks really nice, But it does look like a Roomba vacuum from the sky.
If you can't figure it out, I'm a big, heavy Raider fan.
Yes. But, the Raiders beat the Saints. I didn't see that coming whatsoever, and neither
Nobody did.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it coming.
Except for that one guy who bet on them in Vegas. One guy who bet on... Yeah, you didn't bet.
I didn't. I wish I did.
You didn't have that kind of faith. I told you should have. Just
shut up.
So I could say. Oh, by the way, you still get your one I told you so to me because I said that they were going to get stomped. So
yeah.
You can.
I'm waiting for it.
You're cashing it in.
I'm cashing it in.
You have to cash it in before their next game, though.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, cash in before the next game.
Let me tell you something. The Raiders play up to the team they play against. The Saints came in thinking they were just going to steamroll the Raiders. And the defense showed up. They did not let Drew Brees have a lot of throwing time. The DBs came up. They played well. Damon Arnett had a rough first quarter, but he came in. He settled down. The defense did well. Derek Carr did everything not to lose the game.
Yes.
Okay, he played well. Josh Jacobs is a monster running the football. And Darren Waller is probably, would you say, top 3 tight end in the game right now?
Right now, as he's playing, yeah. I mean, he's definitely going to emerge as one of the top tight ends in the league, right up there with the old Skittle Man and Mr. Kelsey, who's solidified his spot as number 1 tight end. But, I mean, there was a lot of great games. I think this is going to be one of the most competitive seasons in the NFL we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And, I just happen to have the old schedule in front of me for Week 3 here.
Oh, Week 3. So let's get some predictions.
Do a quick rundown here. So actually, first off, tonight we have Fitzmagic taking down Minshew Mania, 31-13. I do love me some Gardner Minshew. The man's already a legend in his 1 year in the league. But Fitzmagic has been around for a while. He started for more than 25% of the teams in the NFL.
Has he really?
Yes, more than 25% of the teams in the NFL he has started for.
That's an interesting fact to know.
Yes, he is a journeyman. He's also impossibly smart. He's a Harvard man.
Yes, he is.
Very smart.
He's got a hell of a beard.
Oh, strong beard. Strong beard. Anyway, so we have the fabulous Falcons and the Bears going up. I think it's time for the Falcons to get their first win and the Bears to take their first L on the season because, yeah.
Personally, I think the Bears are going to win this game.
You think the Bears are going to take it down?
Yeah. I think Atlanta just doesn't have it. They are mentally checked out. Matty Ice is done.
Yeah, Matty Ice is pretty far gone.
Yeah, and if Julio needs to be traded to a contending team because the man deserves to win a Super Bowl.
Yes, and that team he should be traded to is a team in our next game here is the Los Angeles Rams and the Buffalo Bills.
He should be traded to the Bills, you think?
Actually, that probably would be fucking stellar for the Bills. I'm not going to lie. Stephon Diggs and
Julio Jones.
Ooh, that's scary. But Julio Jones with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods would not be a bad 10.
It would not be a bad trio as well.
We have them playing in Buffalo. Buffalo is favored to win the game by only 2.5 points. I think this is going to be the first. I think this is going to be the first true test for the Rams. I think it's going to be a good test for the Bills as well because the Bills do have the best defense in the league, and their offense is firing on every cylinder right now.
Correct.
But the Rams defense has impressed thus far, and yes, I am a Rams fan.
That he is.
But I'm also a very modest Rams fan, and I will admit where my team's weaknesses are and where they suck and where they need improvement, where they do really well. And I think their defense has surprised me a lot so far to start this year. I mean, we have Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. We have the two best players at their respective positions on the same side of the ball. But, we do have John Johnson, who is a fantastic safety. We have a lot of the young guys at linebacker emerging well. One of them led the game with like 18 tackles.
I thought personally linebacker was going to be your biggest weakness of this.
Yeah, no, but so far it's actually been holding pretty good.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
It's the other part of the secondary that's not Jalen Ramsey that really needs to work because they're not going to Jalen Ramsey. But I mean, if the Rams can pull it out, that's a testament probably more to their defense than their offense because their defense is going to have to keep up with the Bills' defense at this point. But I have to go with the Rams. Just my totally biased opinion, I have to say the Rams are going to win. In a more unbiased opinion, I think the Rams have been playing stellar football. Like, I can't even say that they're not. They are playing some stellar football. The defense looks good. The offense is looking strong. I personally thought the offense was going to struggle this year, but it hasn't. So I'm really surprised. But they are going to Buffalo. They're going from West Coast to East Coast. It's not cold, so I don't think that's going to be a factor. Thank God.
But I think what's going to be a big factor is that they're going from East to West Coast, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle. I'm going to give this one to the Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we don't have to deal with all those fans for this game. Next, we have a showdown of showdowns here with the Washington football team and the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland's favored to win.
Yeah.
I want to say Browns are going to take it. I mean, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are the best running back duo in the league right now. And then they have OBJ and his favorite team in the whole wide world. I hope all you out there get that. He's taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, baby. He's been taking the Browns to the Super Bowl before he was even on the team. But I do love the Washington football team just because everyone makes fun of their name, and I want the Washington football team
to do something.
Maybe they'll win and they'll stay the Washington football team forever.
Oh, my God, that'd be hilarious.
So that's what I want, but I have to say Browns are going to take it.
The Browns should be taking this victory. If they don't take this victory, I'd be very surprised because they played so well Thursday night. Yes, I understand it was against the Bills. I mean, not the Bills. It was against the Bengals. But they're meshing. They're meshing well. I think that OBJ and Mayflower are getting together. I think they're finally meshing. And they have probably the best running back duo in Chubb and Hunt. So yeah. I think, I got to give it to the Bills.
And he does know his name is Mayfield, but he likes to call him Mayflower because he's going to carry the team to victory.
Yeah.
Anyways, next we have the Titans and the Vikings. Titans are favored to win, not by
Titans
much.
will win this game.
Yeah.
Minnesota's terrible.
Yeah, Minnesota's offense is awful, but I do have Adam Thielen. So, Cousins, you need to throw it to Adam Thielen a lot more and help a brother out here. But yeah, I think the Titans all the way. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots under the new reign of Mr. Cam Newton. I think this will be a very good game. New England is favored to win this game by about 5-6 points. I think they are going to... I think it's going to be a great game, actually. I think it's going to be an underrated game. I do feel that, Bill Belichick, he finds a way to stop everyone. But you know what? I'm going to say that the Raiders are going to slide through and go 3-0, and New England's going to be 1-2.
Thank you. I hope so. Personally, I personally want the Raiders to win. That's because I'm a fan of it. Because I think they deserve better than they got this week in the power rankings. And if they don't come up and be somewhere in the top 10 after beating 2 Super Bowl contenders in back-to-back weeks, shove it.
Yeah. And I think that the Raiders need a little Tuck Rule revenge. Anyways, next we have the... backup team for the 49ers playing the New York Gigantes, that is the Giants.
What's sad is that the Niners could probably still win this game.
Yeah, with the water boy playing and the towel guy. But I think the 49ers...
Bring out Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. I mean, I think the 49ers are going to win, but, I mean, there's a part of me that just wants to say Danny Dimes is going to lay it down because I want the 49ers to take that L because they are in my division. But you know what? I'm going on the Danny Dimes train. Screw it. I said at the beginning of the season. Me and him were talking about it. He'll attest to it right now. Yeah. I said that the Giants were going to surprise everyone and slide in as a wild card. So
you did.
They're not out of it yet. It's only 2 games. You can come back and go on an 8-game win streak. You're right there. Danny Dimes, baby.
Let me tell you this. Danny Dimes, if he can actually put together some decent offense without Saquon, that team is scary.
Yes.
That team is very, very scary. So hopefully they can put something together. The Niners, they are beat up. No one will say otherwise if they lose this game. But I still got to give it to the Niners, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, but I want to get behind Danny Dimes. Anyways, next we have the Bengals and the Eagles. Eagles are favored to win, but I'm picking the Bengals. Joe Burrow, he's thrown his first 2 games. They've let him throw the ball 60 times each game. And he's not doing bad numbers either, by any means. I mean, he's completing over 50%.
He's looking like the number 1 pick.
Yeah, and just on a terrible team. I mean, luckily he's got AJ Green there to help him out. But I think Joe Burrow is going to get his first win because I think Philadelphia is a little overhyped this season.
And not just that,
they're not meshing this year either.
And I don't know if you've read also, Carson Wentz ain't getting the start this week.
Ooh.
Hurst is getting the start this week over Wentz.
Hey, they might go to the Super Bowl. Last time they had the backup play.
Oh, it's true. I didn't think about that. But yeah, I'm giving this to the Bengals as well. The Bengals deserve a win here. And Philly, you're just terrible. Philly, come after us. I know how you love to be all angry all the time.
Yeah, a lot of anger sharks swimming around in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have the Texans versus the Steelers.
Ooh.
And Pittsburgh is favored to win this game.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game.
Yeah, no, and I believe they are in Pittsburgh. I really don't want Pittsburgh to go 3-0.
Yeah, neither do I.
And Texans are way better than that.
But they have Bill O'Brien.
They do have Bill O'Brien, but they got Deshaun Watson. The dude does make magic out of...
But they traded DeAndre Hopkins for an aging running back.
I know.
So, unfortunately, Pittsburgh's going to get their 3rd win.
Yeah, sadly, Pittsburgh's going to get their 3rd win. But I would like to see Texans win. Next, we have
These are the late games now.
Yeah, we have the good old Jets Jets versus the newly led Colts.
Colts are winning that game.
Yeah, no, the Jets are awful. Jets are terrible, and they have been for the last, 15 years anyways.
But real quick, before we move on, isn't it funny that Phillip Rivers went to play for the Colts after he mocked the Colts fans in the playoff game when he was with San Diego, where he blew his ACL at?
Yeah.
And you people in Indianapolis are like, yay, the Savior's here.
Yeah, just wait until Andrew Luck comes out of retirement and takes Phillip Rivers' spot again.
No, he's going to go to the Patriots just to piss off the Colts
fans.
He's
going to go to the Chargers and win the Chargers the Super Bowl because Phillip Rivers couldn't do it for being there for 10 years.
Oh, God, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be great. Come on, Andrew Luck. If you're watching this, I know you are, Mr. Lucky Poo, a.k.a. fucking Andrew Wolverine Luck.
Nicest guy in the NFL, too, if you watch Greater Heights.
Yeah, nicest guy in the NFL. Can't get mad at him for that. The only guy who could slap me in the face, and I'd be okay with it. Next, we have the Panthers and the Chargers. Chargers. All day.
Justin Herbert is the real deal.
Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey's gone, so the Panthers have nothing right now for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So, yeah, moving on. We have the TB12 Buccaneers and the Denver Broncos. TB12.
The Broncos with no lock.
Yeah, no lock, but they got Blake Bortles.
Is that who the backup is?
That's who they signed, Blake Bortles. Recently.
Tampa Bay win this game.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, TB12 going 2-1. Next, we have the Lions and the Cardinals. Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to maintain on their train. Talk about another guy, though, who's had a great NFL career but no love is Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, but he's been with the Lions the entire time, and unless they had Megatron, they had no chance.
Yeah. No, but they don't have a bad team now either.
They don't have a bad team. They have a bad coach.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia does not know how to coach.
But Cardinals, Kyler Murray now having DeAndre Hopkins, and he still has Fitzgerald's old ass running around there in the slot time to time, which is great experience on the field. And then you have some of the other guys like Christian Kirk, all that stuff. Their defense is good too. They have Buda Baker. Buda! That dude is a fantasy beast if you have a IDP fantasy league, Buda Baker. Next, we have the Cowboys and the Seahawks in Seattle.
The Cowboys are going to get stomped.
Yeah, no, the Seahawks all day, sadly, there's probably going to be 3 teams still remaining in the NFC West that are 3-0.
I'm sorry to my Cowboy fans out there. Don't get excited that you won this last game. You beat the Falcons, who blew up. How big of a lead again in the Super Bowl? 28-3.
Yeah, well, and the Falcons were leading at halftime. I think they were leading like 29-13 or something like that at halftime.
Cowboy fans, don't get excited. Just sit back and.
But yeah, the Seahawks. I mean, they're sleepless in Seattle. You know, they run a train in Seattle. Next, we have the gunslinger match for our Sunday night game. We have the Packers and the Saints. I'm going Green Bay all the way because Aaron Rodgers is on the quest to prove that he still has ice running through his veins, because that is a bad man with Fu Manchu.
He is the Baba Yaga.
Yeah, and he's the Baba Yaga. He's a bad man, and no one drafted him in my fantasy league, by the way. No one. He went undrafted. In fact, I think he was still a free agent going into week 2, because everyone in my league thought he was a fluke. I had Kyler Murray, so I wasn't going to...
I wouldn't.
I'm not going to give up Kyler Murray, just because he can run. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Drew Brees, until he gets Michael Thomas back, he's not going to put up the numbers that... I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Drew Brees is going to go down in history as probably... I think he should be the greatest quarterback because he owns all the records.
He is the greatest quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, he owns all the records. So,
yeah.
And then to the Monday night game, we have the preview of what I think should be the AFC Championship game in the Chiefs and the Ravens. Oh, that's going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a very, very high-scoring affair.
Yeah. You got two bad, when I mean bad quarterbacks, like
I mean, you have one guy who runs like a running back and completes
and then you got
over
Patrick
70% of his passes, and then you have Patrick Mahomes who throws passes with his opposite hand behind his back, and with the
looking the other way,
and with the flick of a wrist can throw an 80-yard bomb to the cheetah on the field, Mr. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, so it's hard to say. I think it's going to be probably the most entertaining game of the week, but God, I don't want to say it.
You're gonna pick the Chiefs, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are gonna. I think the Chiefs are gonna win, just because it's really tough to keep up with the Chiefs' offense. If you want to beat them, you have to keep up with their offense, not their defense.
It's gonna be one hell of a week in football this week.
And who knows? Maybe we'll do this weekly prediction things. We'll actually keep tally, and we'll do a week-to-week NFL champ. Maybe the champ will come and try and...
Or maybe we have like a little trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah, best record. Okay, we'll have to keep tabs.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep tabs, but I'm down. I'm in. We could start next week. We could start this week. We'll figure it out. We'll keep you guys posted on that.
But moving on, guys, we're going to move on to the NBA now. So we're in the playoffs for the NBA.
To the world of hoops.
We got a lot of interesting games going on. So we have the Denver Nuggets play tonight versus the Los Angeles Lakers. And
was it tonight or last night?
It was tonight. See?
Oh, yeah. Tonight.
Beat them 114-108.
The Lake Show flexing on the Denver Nuggets. And I think the Lakers have been... I mean, they've been winning all the series 4-1. Most of the time they've been losing the first game. I think... with their first couple series, I thought they were, their first games, they were just playing a little lax to kind of...
When they came back into the bubble, I was extremely worried.
Yeah.
Because they looked terrible in the restart.
Yeah, but I also do think, looking back on it, they knew that they were going to go in as the number 1 seed into the playoffs.
But they still needed to secure it, though.
I know, but I think when they first came in, especially with the looks of this series here, is they were just playing slow to pace out the teams, just get a feel for how they are and what they were going to do, and then they just came back and they just crushed. I mean, they had to take on the Blazers, which was probably the series I was most worried about for them.
Really?
Yeah. I think I was most worried about that one.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
And they just came out and they squashed them. And then when they played
Houston,
H-Town, right? The Rockets, Mr. James Harden
and
Russell Westbrook. Which, by the way, I'm going on a quick tangent here.
Uh-oh.
Is in regards to James Harden and Russell Westbrook. And tell me if you think different. But I personally think that James Harden and Russell Westbrook are the two most overhyped players in the NBA.
Ooh. Okay, so I will counterpoint your offer. I think that Russell Westbrook is the most overhyped player in the NBA. I will give you that. James Harden is a bad man.
Okay, James Harden is a bad man in one-on-one situations. If you try and square up one-on-one with James Harden, you're going to lose. But the second he gets any pressure from a second person, he folds. He will not finish the play. He will fold. And Russell Westbrook, all he is he's really, really fast. And he can run by everyone.
He's really fast, but he's all about his own stat. He's all about getting his triple-double.
Oh, yeah. No, of course.
And it was really funny. Let me put this down. So there was a really funny meme that was put out there. Russell Westbrook had 9 assists, had a clear path to the basket. And what's he do? Passes it off. And homeboy was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. But anyway, so James Harden in a 2-on-2 or 2-on-1 situation, or even any remote pressure other than 1-on-1, he folds. And Russell Westbrook is just really, really fast and can outrun everyone on the court. I'll give him that much. Dude's fast. But
in Houston, you really screwed up when you traded away Clint Capella. Like, you had a legitimately good center and someone who can match up with some of the other centers in the Western Conference. And what did you do? You traded him away. For what?
Yes.
But, you guys, your dynasty in H-Town is over. It's done. Compete.
Yeah.
Mike D'Antoni already packed his bags and took off.
Yeah, don't be surprised if Harden or Westbrook try and come to the Lake Show in the next year or two.
It's going to be Russell.
Probably. But anyways, we digress. Lakers flexing hard right now on Denver, even though Denver is a well put together team. And they have that one. Who's that? Don't they have that one player who's like super tall for their center or whatever?
Jokic?
Yeah. No, that dude's good.
Yeah. Jokic is probably one of the best. It is probably the best center in the league right now.
And he plays at such an awkwardly slow pace that it throws everyone off. And I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Anthony Davis. I mean, he had that clutch game winner.
He even called Kobe as he shot it.
Yes, Kobe. Ultimate tribute right there. Yeah. But I mean, that is a clutch. That takes me back to like when Derek Fisher, hit that.
Man, it took me back to when Robert Horry hit the game winner against the Kings. Man, that was the best. Right. I remember sitting in my chair and I damn near broke a leg. How quickly I stood up.
Yeah, he probably did. Probably broke and didn't even realize it. But let's go to the other side now. You have the Celtics
and the Miami Heat. And so tomorrow they're gonna play game. They're gonna play game 5. Game 5 tomorrow. Miami leads 3-1 right now.
Is it Miami or is it Boston?
It's Miami and Boston.
No. I thought Boston was leading this year.
No, Miami's crushing the crap out of them.
Is it?
Well, anyway, look at this. Look at that. Miami leads 3-1.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so let me talk about this. Miami, probably the one team I did not expect to dominate like they have been just crushing. They are the epitome of playing like a team. Because really, I mean, they don't have that big trio. I mean, in LA you have LeBron and
Davis
and Kuzma. I mean, you even have Howard, who's a monster at center right now, coming back on the boards. So they don't have any of these big, gigantic.
Well, they have Jimmy Butler.
He's looking like Jamie Foxx these days with that haircut and that mustache and goatee.
He hasn't gone to the barber yet. Everything's so close.
No, he's bracing his inner Jamie Foxx, who's, by the way, if you haven't seen Jamie Foxx and what he looks like for playing his role as Mike Tyson, you will be very surprised in how he looks. But I digress. I don't want to get onto that. But Miami is literally the epitome of a team playing like a team right now.
Yeah.
And they are scary, scary good. I think it's going to be the Lake Show and the Heat going at it for the championship. As much as I like to see the old rivalry of the Celtics.
I would love to see the old rivalry of the Celtics and Lakers. But the Miami's just playing too good. And you kind of worry about Miami going to play against the Lakers But if you remember, in the middle of the season, Lakers went to Miami to play him, and they blew him out. Blew him out very well. Now they are playing better now than they were then. So I'm still worried about it. But the thing is that I think size-wise, we still beat up on them. You know, we got Braun, we got Gel, you got AD, you got Kuz. There's too much height,
and we have the Caruso,
who is probably he's a bad man.
He's my spirit animal.
Yeah, he is your spirit animal.
Yeah, the Caruso. He's rocking the headband.
He's looking good.
Yeah, but and especially one guy who I really like on Miami is Hero.
Tyler Hero?
Yeah, who can drain threes like no one's business.
I like personally Bam Adebayo. I hope I said that right.
Mm-hmm. Personally, my favorite is the fact that, and this would totally unnoted, by the way, is that Jason Momoa was playing for the Thunder.
This guy, he's funny. Steven Adams.
No. It's Jason Momoa.
Oh,
Aquaman.
That's great. I love it.
Was he playing power forward, center?
He's playing center.
Yeah, playing center for the Thunder. See, he can act and he can hoop it up.
How long have you been trying to hold on to that for?
A while.
Okay.
Yeah, a while.
So that's basketball. Basketball's kind of, it's the playoffs. It's the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. We'll get more into it as the finals come around. But in baseball, we have
baseball. I think I haven't personally gotten to see much baseball these days, but I do know that the Dodgers are crushing.
Dodgers have just clinched their 8th straight in a row NL Western Division Championship.
Let's hope they don't choke in the playoffs again, though.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have Houston banging on the trash cans.
That is true, and Joe Kelly is a legend. True legend, Joe Kelly.
I'm sorry, but so we're both Dodger fans as well. If the Dodgers do not win this year in the World Series, the amount of house cleaning they're gonna do is going to be incredible.
I think if the Dodgers do not win, the first person that they're gonna get rid of, and it's gonna pay me, is Kershaw.
Oh yeah.
I think they'll get rid of Kershaw.
Well, because then you got Bueller there. You got May. He's ready. He's studding it up.
They're gonna keep Mookie though.
Yeah, they just signed him to like a 10-year contract.
Yeah, they're gonna keep Mookie.
Yeah, they're gonna keep the players.
How do you feel about old Jockstrap Peterson?
He's looking good.
Yeah, Jockstrap Peterson.
Yeah, he's looking good.
But anything else going on in the world of baseball? You got to see it a little bit more than I have.
I'm really just following the Dodgers right now. I need to go verse more into it. I know the Padres are playing extremely well. They're in the same division. The A's looking like they're gonna take their division as well. Let me bring up my sports here.
Yes.
Give me 2 seconds here, but it's how it's looking. Okay, we got some standings. Oh, that's right. Tampa Bay secured their division too.
Okay.
Beating out New York, the Yankees, and the Jays.
Yeah, and then everyone who says that whoever wins this year should have an asterisk next to their World Series win on the shortened season. Yeah, shove it. Because at 162 games, you can literally be picking your nose for the first half of the season and then come back and make the playoffs. The fact that what do they play, 60 games this year?
60 games.
That's less than half of their regular season games.
Mm-hmm.
And to win and make the playoffs on just half of your normal games alone is impressive.
Let's take this. The Dodgers have played 57 games right now. They got 3 games left in the season. They have won 40 games.
That's strong.
Okay, they are the... Let me make sure. I don't want to talk much BS here. They are the best team in baseball. By far.
Yes.
Okay? So, I personally would love it if baseball cut down to smaller games.
Yes, and it would make it more bearable for me to watch the entire season because, truthfully, I don't really pay attention to baseball until after the first week, and then my favorite time of the year, home run derby. I do love me some home run derby. And All-Star break happened, then I will pay attention a little bit more to baseball because that's when it actually gets exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I
think I think we talked about this at the beginning of the baseball season. I think what would be really interesting to do is if MLB, if you played about 80 games like basketball does, that would be something super competitive. And it's to a point to where the guys or like, I got that strain in that hamstring. I think I need to take like 16 games off.
Or you can pull Manny Ramirez. I stubbed my toe. I can't play today.
Yeah. Come on. 100 and something games is a lot. I know we love it here but it's too many games. Make it interesting. Now, this season's been interesting.
Now, if you really wanted to excite up baseball, what you do is you take the outfield fence, push it back 100 feet, and give them all aluminum bats.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, actually.
That would make things a lot more interesting.
But we got that going on. So in the playoffs right now, we got the Twins making it in, Chicago White Sox making it in, and the Cleveland Indians make it in.
The Windians, sir. The Windians.
And coming out of the West, we have the A's. Houston does not make the playoffs. Atlanta wins their division. Chicago Cubs win their division, and the Dodgers and the Padres also make it in. I'm scared of the Padres.
Yeah.
Padres have been playing some good baseball. Some good baseball. Tatis Jr., wow. Kid's good. But that's much as I got right now.
Yeah.
We'll get more into it as the playoffs come around. It's hard with something like that. Baseball's a lot of games going on all the time. So
yeah. And then really quick, we're just going to touch on this. This weekend is also Fight Island in the UFC.
In Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not too thrilled with the card myself. It should be good. I think the most entertaining thing is going to be the main event, where we have Israel and Paulo Costa going off. They're both undefeated, so someone will be defeated.
Israel's going to win that fight.
You think Israel's going to win this fight?
I think he's going to win that fight, personally.
Let's see. He is favored to go off here, 19-0 versus 13-0. But you know what? I'm going to go Paulo.
Really?
Good old Paulo Costa.
Fighting's more of his realm than it is mine. I've been recently getting into more fighting.
Yes, but like I said, I'm not too thrilled with any of these fights that are on here. I'm just kind of skimming the card right now. So we're not going to touch on it too briefly. Nothing exciting, really, because really the main fights on any UFC card are the last three fights: your main events and your co-main event, or if you have a double main event in there. So those three fights are good. But I think this fight will be good. It's a middleweight fight. Middleweights normally fight very, very good.
Yeah.
A lot of energy. They don't tire out like heavyweights do, and they can actually floor one another, unlike the flyweights. Where it's just a bunch of quick jabs. And the fight before that, too, is a light heavyweight fight. Dominic Reyes and Jan Blachowicz. You want
to say that name again?
Yeah, Blachowicz. I'm going with Dominic Reyes, though. I'm just going to pick
I gotta go with Reyes as well.
Yeah. He's favored heavily. So that's just all we're going to touch. But Fight Island is happening, and I'm glad that the UFC managed to keep on going.
I gotta really respect Dana White to keep UFC going and keep it going and be competitive and having things going on. And him purchasing Fight Island was a huge thing of it.
Yeah.
He brought all the fighters to Abu Dhabi, so they had to quarantine for 14 days so they could fight, and they had to pass all their testing before they could fight. And it was really smart of Dana. It was really, really smart.
Yeah. No. Very, very smart. Other than that, any other sports topics you want to touch on? Any other key notes of anything major in the sports? Oh, yes. College football, Pac-12 just announced that they will start playing games this fall because they realized how much money they're all losing by not playing, and their schools are really hurting for that cash. I don't think it's for the fact of safety of any of that stuff. I think it's purely
it's always about the money.
Cash money for them. But I'm excited because that means more football.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if
college football is more fun.
And if you don't like my comment of that, guess what? I don't care, because this is all sports uncut. We're giving you the realest look and views of it.
Can you scare the people? You're scaring them.
I'm gonna back off a little bit.
A little bit.
Is that good? Or a little bit more. I need to assert some for the one guy who wants to. Pop off in the comments at me. I need to establish some.
They're not going to pop up in the comments if your head's halfway through the screen.
Oh, okay. Well,
you got to act like a dainty flower.
But here my head's too shiny, so it makes me look a little soft. But I mean, here I'm a little too close. Like maybe like a little half shine.
Maybe a little, bring it down a little bit. Bring your eyes up. Look through your eyebrows. There you go.
Doing the Undertaker here?
Yeah, a little Undertaker action.
There you go.
Scares everybody.
Anyways, but yeah, so more college football.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I'm okay with it, regardless if they're doing it for the money or not, because let's be real, the only reason the NFL is playing right now is because they need their TV contract money to keep going. And the NCAA, whoever they are, we don't know who the NCAA is.
Why can't I have cream cheese with my bagels?
Yes,
Sorry.
NCAA.
If you get that reference,
why can I not have cream cheese on my bagel?
If
you know the reference, comment what it is in the bottom.
And we need to be U.S. friends.
Yes, we do. Because literally the NCAA, no one knows who they are. They're a supposed nonprofit organization and also one of the wealthiest organizations in the world, and they don't allow you to have cream cheese on your bagel.
Oh, real quick, one thing I want to talk about that we probably were never going to talk about because it just overshot both of our minds. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson,
yes,
purchasing the XFL.
Yes. The Rock purchasing the XFL. I like it because now he can make ballers happen in real life.
Yeah,
he can make real life ballers. But I mean, I think what he'll do is, I think he'll take it. I mean, if anyone can promote anything, it's The Rock. Because he's one of the biggest. Everyone knows who The Rock is and what he did. Even if they're not a wrestling fan, you know The Rock. The Rock is a pop culture icon. No. Hold on. I'm going here. The Rock is on the same level as Hulk Hogan. Everyone knows who Hulk Hogan is.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin. Everyone. Actually, I think pop culture level, he's above both of them. But because everyone knows who The Rock is.
In a pop culture world, yes. In a pop culture world, yes, you're correct.
Yes, but in WWE world,
it's the other way around.
The Hulkster is the Hulkster brother, and Stone Cold is probably the man who saved the WWF in that time frame. So he was bigger than The Rock. One
last thing, I wasn't going to talk about it, but since we're going off the rails, I'm going to talk about it. Did you know Floyd Mayweather's going to take another fight?
Who's he fighting?
You really want to know who he's fighting?
Who is he fighting?
He's fighting a fellow YouTuber.
Oh God, is he fighting Logan Paul?
Yes.
Oh God, no.
Supposedly, I don't know how true this is. I haven't read into enough of this.
Is Floyd Mayweather going to fight with both of his hands tied behind his back and his feet tied together? Is he going to be chained to the rope so he can't run anywhere? Is he still going to beat Logan Paul? Okay, you know what? I'm not the biggest Floyd Mayweather fan in the world. I think all he does in his last handful of fights, and don't get me wrong, he's smart. He's his own fight promoter. So that means he gets to pick his reps, he gets to pick his judges, he gets to pick the ring size, and all the specs for the rings. That's how loose the ropes are, how tight they are. He always fights in a big ring with loose ropes so he can hit the ropes and roll and move. And he has, if you watch his fights, he has the same ref in every one of his fights.
Yeah, he does.
Perks of promoting your own fight. But, so, that's smart on his end because he has the money to do it, so why not? But as an actual fighter, lately he just ducks and runs and wins off the points. But I will say Floyd Mayweather is the greatest counter fighter of all time and probably as untouchable as Iron Mike Tyson was.
So, but here's the thing though. So Mayweather is supposed to take this fight with Logan Paul. I don't know how you feel about it. He has had 2 other fights. He's had 2 other fights. He has also one professional fight. He's 0-2. He's going to go ahead and face Floyd Mayweather.
You mean 2-0?
2-0. No, he lost both.
Oh, he lost both?
He's lost both fights.
Oh, you said he won.
No.
Yeah,
Did I say he won?
Yeah.
Sorry, he lost.
Yeah.
He's just a big loser.
Yeah, but no. Logan Paul, no. I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
Come on. I'm giving you the idea. I'm finally giving you the idea to pop off. You don't want to pop off?
No, because it's dumb. Because it's Logan Paul. No, I don't. I don't agree with it there. All right? Now, I would put up a better fight against Floyd Mayweather than Logan Paul would.
Actually.
My out of shape ass would roll Logan Paul on the floor.
You know he does want to fight in the UFC. He's asked Dana White for a fight in the UFC.
That's fine. He can fight me in the parking lot. Alright?
You heard it, Logan.
I will roll you up and spit you out, boy.
Hey, Logan. Let me ask you something. If you want to give something here, I know you're probably not even going to mention this, and someone's going to send you this, and you're going to just throw it underneath the rug. But my man here will roll you up. My man here has actually fought. I know you have some high school wrestling behind you. I know you have a professional fighter now, but my man will tie up into a pretzel. You will become like that one dude and remember the Zohan.
Don't mess with the Zohan.
Don't mess with the Zohan.
Smell it, and now take it.
Don't put your feet on. Your feet are nasty.
Working man's foot.
Like, some nasty feet you got there.
It's a working man's foot.
But that's all we got for sport. Do you have anything else?
Nothing as far as the sports goes. But I mean, we do have our Clash of Champions video coming up this week.
That'll be tomorrow.
Will be tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
wow!
The champ.
Can we go one video?
The champ is going to be there tomorrow with our video with our predictions of Clash of Champions. And it's sad that I don't have a champion to clash with here in this, but I will be there. Your champ is going to be there. And I will be the retaining and still undefeated pay-per-view champion of this show. And you know what? It's gonna be a cakewalk. You know, just like you were told earlier with Logan Paul getting rolled up. It's gonna be as easy as that. I'm gonna roll him up like Logan Paul is gonna get rolled up. And so tune in tomorrow for that, because that's what the people really want to see is the champ. Now, they love the new sports content. I know all the people are going to love the new sports content, but what people really come for is the champ. The champ is a perfect. Look at how glossy that title is right there in the light. Look at that. Shiny. That's why I wear these glasses, because this title's so bright. I can't go anywhere without these glasses on. So,
sadly enough, he's true about that. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this new platform that we kind of put out for you. To our wrestling people, we will still be back tomorrow. We are still going to put out a video.
Yes.
Thank you to everybody who's still rocking with us. Thank you to everybody who's been commenting, liking, and subscribing to us. I'm not going to let him talk, but I want to let you know. Thank you very much for it.
I do have something all serious here. I'm putting the champ away.
Off.
I'm putting the champ away for a minute here. To all the people for the channel, yes, wrestling will still be our cornerstone for this show and this channel. It will still be a thing, but it's just that we talk about so many other things that we just want to get out there of all sports in general. Because I know a lot of people, look at WWE as just entertainment, which it is entertainment, but it's also a sport. There is athleticism going on there, but people love all the other sports as well.
Yeah.
And we're a lover of all sports, and we just want to keep that going. And we're so much that we just want to blurt and blab and talk about. And I mean, who knows? We'll probably even branch a little bit more with some other little things here and there, talking maybe about some hot video game topics. I mean, esports is becoming a big thing, by the way, especially with this whole pandemic.
Twitch and
I remember when all this whole pandemic started and there was no sports. I put on ESPN and I was watching championship basketball on NBA 2K20.
Yeah.
Being broadcast on ESPN.
I was watching chess.
League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends.
Championship was on there. So, I mean, esports is huge, too. So, we might even start branching out into esports as well. And we have some cool, fun ideas that we're going to do here and there. So, please tune in. Please tell your friends about us, because we are the new biggest things as far as reviews go. And
not just reviews. We're not just reviews.
And thoughts and opinions and topics. And we're going to be the two greatest minds in the sports business. We're going to be on shows like Around the Horn and ESPN. Give it time.
We will be. We'll be there. You know what? I think ESPN may just be scared of us and may have to offer us something. Because we're also waiting for Vince to hit us up too.
Yeah.
We know he's watching.
Vince, the champ needs his dues here, okay? And for all the rest of you YouTube people out there, like I said, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends. It costs you nothing and takes you less than 5 seconds to do it. The amount of time it takes you to pick your nose and find the tissue to flick it into, you could like, subscribe, and share with 2 friends. And then force them to share with 2 friends. And if you don't force them, I'll force them.
Because we're good at that.
Yes.
And also, guys, real quick, Quick side, not side note, but all this, but damn it, you lose my train of thought on that.
Happens when you're in the presence of the champ. Your mind
But,
goes everywhere.
We want you guys to be a part of this too. It's not just us. We want you guys to be a part of it. If you want to roast him for his sunglasses, go right ahead. If you want to roast me for my beard, go right ahead. But
if you want to debate us on anything we talk about, go right ahead. We are master debaters. We love debating all over the place.
our jobs are to negotiate. Literally.
And debate.
Yeah.
So please, bring it on.
And also, do you want to say the final tagline? Or do you want me to do it?
You hit it.
If you don't like what we have to say, like we just told Logan Paul, beat us in a fight. Peace out, yo.